All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Virtual Engagement Ideas Summit and an interview with my friend Mark Miller. Fun facts about Mark: he lived in Japan for a whole year. He hiked in Morocco for 2 weeks. That is 50 weeks less than a whole year. Mark founded Brave Enough Entertainment and Taikai Esports after 5 years of touring and performing with his wife at colleges across America. And the duo was called So Long Solo, and I was a huge fan. Brave Enough was named the 2019 APCA Agency of the Year and now counts over 300 colleges and universities as event partners, helping them build up their communities. That's what we're going to talk about today, through music, speakers, entertainers, and esports. Mark currently serves as the NACA Live Associate Liaison while leading his team and partners at Brave Enough Entertainment and Taikai Esports. Welcome to the stage, Mark Miller! Yay! And the
thanks, Jason.
And Mark is here.
Hello, sir.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. We don't see enough of each other being in the same city.
Enough of each other. Yeah, we both live in Nashville, but it's that time when we're actually closer, though, as we've talked about, and I've talked about with a lot of people, how this platform brings us closer together when we allow it to, right? When we're open to the world of virtual. You have always been a big community building guy. And how has this new platform that we've delved into helped you along that journey?
Yeah, sure. I think it's always about people first, and I think it's kind of helped in some ways. Just been a blessing of reconnect and focused and thought to where we are always pulled in a lot of different directions without, just kind of this is the thing, Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of us got to come back to intentionality, and realizing how much we need that, how important it is, and I think that now more than ever, what's being offered with student activities, that job right now is more critical than ever because people are longing for that connection, longing for that community. Yeah. And we have to figure out how to make it happen.
Had you ever done a virtual event before the world went virtual?
No, I did like live shows and radio or stuff like that, but right. Yeah, never anything.
Yeah. And same with me. I mean, my first Zoom call was this year in March. I'd never been, and here we are today, just a few short months later, and then excited about the fall. And this is what we do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What have been some of your favorite events that you have seen schools put on this spring and summer?
Oh, I always enjoy seeing the trivia times and the people that connect together in the games. And, I've seen bingo be really popular. For us, running the esports quarantine cup and tournaments have been really, really fun. And so,
right.
And then workshops, that we've seen. I think that we don't, just kind of digressing a little bit, but we don't live anymore in the land of if you build it, they will come, Instead, right. It's if you build it and tell them about it 7 times and it's more fun or valuable than other options at the time and they remember, then they'll come, And so the first part of that is building something special that's more fun than what else their other options are, or that meets the need that's inside of their hearts or inside of their spirits at that time, of connection or growth or just escape from the drudgery, and so I've seen a lot of it. I think it's important to adapt, and that's the things that have been impressing me the most is when people adapt and really use the new platform to their advantage. Instead of just taking, okay, here's what we did physically. Let's do the exact same thing right here online, and it just doesn't connect the same way. And we have so many more options because of virtual that we can now, participate in and take on. And so it's been cool to see a couple of our artists that I've been really proud of the way that they've adapted is taking other things they love doing that are other connection points, because artists are human. They're not just these, concert playing machines that just perform. Yeah. As but like Kat McDowell, for example, she's Japanese, half Japanese, half Kiwi. She learned origami, the Japanese craft, really well. And she was already doing workshops for her fans. And so we're like, well, what if she did a workshop for a school where, you can even send them origami paper or they can use whatever's lying around their house. And then she teaches them either at their mascot or different fun things in origami. And then while they're folding, she'll sing songs and still connect. And so creating, I think just wherever you can come up with those creative touches that let people grow. And I think that's one of the big elements right now. It's either growth, entertainment, and community are the three pillars I would say of the virtual events.
Right. And explain a little bit more what you mean by growth.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of us have taken, being pulled out. We had the opportunity to evaluate our lives, evaluate our work, evaluate our plans, and our relationships and all those things, and start looking at how can we, am I on the path I want to be on? Am I doing the things I want to be doing? Am I, and what are the areas? And a lot of people have been able to take time to really dive into to growing, learning new skills, learning new things. Yeah. For us, honestly, the growth has been life-changing, and books that we've read and taken our team through and encouraging others in. So
what you're saying is that this is about personal growth. You're referring to personal growth?
Personal growth, and also business growth, and in team growth, like this, our health, the way that we are, it's so integrated, I feel like we tend to compartmentalize too much in life, when it all really plays together and affects every sphere of your life. So for me personally, I read this book called Free to Focus, which I would recommend to everybody who's watching this. And
Free to Focus
by Michael Hyatt. And it talks about, just real briefly, about how helping you identify all the things that you do in your life, especially all the work tasks that you do, and putting them into quadrants, not just of, what's important, not important, urgent, not urgent, like we've probably done before, but passionate, not passionate, proficient, not proficient, and really in discovering what are the items you're doing, putting your time into, because the ideal spot is to be in that dream zone of, hey, I'm passionate about this and I'm great at this. Right. And not to be doing anything that's like, I'm not great at this and I'm not passionate about it, and less of the stuff that you're good at but not passionate about. And just like those, it helps you really be able to shift and realize, wow, I'm doing a lot of things I shouldn't be doing, that I should be either eliminating, delegating, or automating. Right. And that other people are passionate about it. So I took my entire team through that book. And right now we're actually starting today a book club for our artists. The same thing, because it's been revolutionary to just our enjoyment and everything. So yeah.
So here's a question though: is there anywhere in the book where it talks about? Because what if your job? You have a job, like we have jobs, and our job puts us in a quadrant where a lot of our stuff is stuff that we're not necessarily in love with, but has to happen for our job. Does it recommend that? Does the author recommend a certain time of day to get that done in?
Yeah, so he actually talks a lot about batches and the way that you order your day, and also just your rhythms. I'll be the first to admit, I used to have 15,000 emails in my inbox at all times. Yeah. I now, largely because of this book, I end each day with 0 emails in my inbox.
Well, that's reason enough for me to go get it.
and I spend way less time on my email, and it's just way better. So that's just one of the, there's many reasons, but I don't want to take up this whole session on that.
Well, can I then let me pick your brain on this idea, because I think a lot of the folks who may be watching this may have some more tasks. The way you said structure your day, does it make sense to get the stuff out of the way early that you don't like to do? Right, so that later in the day when you might be a little more tired, you're actually doing something that you enjoy doing, so maybe you're giving it more energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say no. Okay. Or maybe early in your day, but not first in your day.
Not first.
So, like for example, email, I set it up. I do it 2 times a day. Occasionally, depending on the task, it might be 3, but 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And then my first 2 hours of my day are actually where I focus on the things that are most important for me to do in my job. And that is like strategy, planning, and building. Yeah. And so I really need like thinking time before I get distorted, because once I jump into my email or jump into those tasks I don't enjoy doing, now I'm thinking about that all day until it's done. So I need to first focus on the things that are most important for my job, as far as that take the most brain power, and then jump into
early morning brain power, fresh cup of coffee, brain power. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's great. That's great to know. That's really helpful advice, even for me. I've learned something in every interview, which has been amazing. It's been pretty fun.
I'm pretty jealous of you, actually. I'm gonna have to watch all these.
I know, right? They're fun. Tell me about one of the things that you talked to me about was the Discord platform. Yeah. Which I was unfamiliar with. We talked on the phone a couple weeks ago, and I was asking you about your favorite sort of like community building platform.
Yeah.
Tell us about Discord and why it works.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's several reasons why. So Discord, for people that don't know, if you don't know, then you were probably in the AOL AIM generation when we had like just chat that way, you know. But it's that on steroids, and it started out as a way for gamers to communicate while playing games and stuff. But it's become so much more. So it's really easy to organize into different channels, to be able to just send messages just to whole groups of people that like certain things. So if it's like, hey, these are people that want to know when there's free food happening on campus. Here's the kids that love philosophy club. You know, here's the kids that want to be a part of this intramural thing. You can also have those segments as well as quickly reaching out to everybody. But the number one reason I think why Discord works is because think about, like, it's unadulterated with boring stuff or stuff that's task oriented. Like your email can have all kinds of things in it. It can have exciting things and fun things in it, but it can also have things that are like, oh, I have to deal with that now, or I have to think about this. You know, Discord never has that. So you never get that fatigue where people are like, I don't want to go to this platform. They check it regularly because it's always something that's exciting or fun, so you know, or a connection point.
But it's conversation.
It's conversation. It can be used for news. So, for example, in the esports world, we have multiple channels, and I should say this too, that it's free. So you don't have to pay any money for it to have all the full features that you'd want. But you set up the different channels. So we had a channel for each game that was happening. Within that, we'd have like the rules, you know, so people get to quickly see what are the rules about this game. They could have the player chat, you know, score reporting, some different options. But, you know, there's that hangout lounge basically there too, but then the admins are in there and they can guide it as well. So it just allows for, you know, so it's something to use not only just for announcements of fun stuff, and just regular community, but also for students to connect with each other in a space that has accountability too, you know? So yes, you can have private messaging when you accept a friend and all that, but most of the chat that's there, it really lets us as administrators be able to guide conversations and protect the community and be able to really cultivate the kind of positivity and growth that we want to see there.
Right. And so if I was using Discord in conjunction with an event, let's just pretend for fun that it's just a coffee house show.
Yeah.
And I'm performing, or someone's performing for a school. Could Discord exist? Like you'd have an image of your show that you're seeing, and then you could be talking to other people on Discord about the event. Is that how you'd use it?
Yeah, you totally could. I think in that instance, we're a live event. You want to use it mostly in building up the show and maybe talking about it afterwards.
Right.
You know, you know, when you're together physically, the idea is not to be on a device, right? But it's great for being able to do quick announcements, alerts, and also just to connect with people. Also to do polls and stuff like that is really easy.
Do you have, of the groups that you belong to a few Discord groups, right? Because you're a fan of certain things, so you can join different subjects. Like you can join a club with people around the world on the topic of lawnmowers, right?
Yeah, you definitely can. And we set up servers for every school that we work with, and a server is the name of your group.
And it's not, it doesn't, but can I, so my point is, do you set up alerts for yourself because you love lawnmowers? And this is hypothetical. I don't actually know if you love lawnmowers, but let's say for fun that Mark Miller loves lawnmowers and you've joined a Discord lawnmower group. You can say, please let me know when there's a new, can you set up for alerts?
Yeah, you can totally change like what kind of alerts you get, and that can also be set up with your permissions. And I could do a whole nother lesson on Discord for sure, and I'd be happy to.
Good. Well, let's do that. You know, give me a lesson and Discord when we meet in the Taylor Swift fan club Discord.
Perfect. It's probably there. I haven't looked for that one, but it's probably there.
Right? I'm excited. I've never explored Discord, so I'm excited to look into that.
Yeah, one other thing that's really cool about it is you can have voice chat channels or video chat channels where that's open and people can jump into and out of. And so it's a great spot to be able to hold quick meetings or just to hang out as friends. Where if you want to talk about something real quick, voice to voice instead of chat to chat, it's instantaneous.
Oh, okay.
And simple.
You can just change it. So you'd recommend that to any school?
Oh, absolutely. I think every school should be using Discord because their students are already.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Gotcha. You also mentioned that you think Twitch is a good partner for schools too.
Oh, incredible partner. Oh my word. So I actually just had a meeting with the director of their school programs and university programs yesterday. Mark, he goes by Garvey, but Mark Candela, and he's the one who created it back in 2015.
Okay.
And it goes so far beyond esports. I think every single school should become a Twitch partner. Because they share that revenue with you, and you can actually, in addition to building up your esports program and having like a channel that people can dive into, you can put your own news into there. You can put like your announcements. You can do like highlights of students and what they're doing or creating, or sports. You can live stream your concerts. All that stuff you can do there, and you can actually make really good money, really good revenue for your student activities that you can reinvest or use however you want to, and while giving like students experience in creating content.
How do you generate money? How do you generate money through a platform like Twitch? Explain that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. So when you're a Twitch partner, which is what they'll set up with you, and they'll walk you through it, they'll help you build a curriculum, all that stuff. They split the ad revenue with you from all the programs.
Ad revenue. Okay. So okay.
And then also subscribers. So there's and Twitch, people will subscribe at different tiers that give them different benefits. They don't have to be a subscriber to watch your channel unless you set it that way, but you wouldn't. But the subscriber content, it's a monthly thing that can even be part of their Amazon. So Twitch is actually owned by Amazon, or they're under that umbrella. They're connected some way. One of them owns the other. I think it's Amazon owns Twitch.
But another important thing to say to all the schools out there is that Twitch is free, Discord is free, and they're great ways to build community.
Absolutely, amazing ways to build community, and again, why not get some major revenue coming in that helps you fund?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, in ad revenue, that is cool.
Yeah.
I have something here that I want to show you that I want to get your emotional response to.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Hey! I love it. Love my homies. Yeah, so I'm from Kansas City, for people that don't understand my reaction. So the Chiefs. We waited a long time, 50 years, to get back to that Super Bowl. So.
Oh my goodness, I'm glad I have this here. Yeah, so Mark is from Kansas City but lives in Nashville, and this was unplanned. I looked over here and I was like, oh wait, I have. Oh, that's great. Yeah, well, I have another friend in town who brought this back. He did not go to the game, but he went all the way to Kansas City for the parade.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right, and then came back to Nashville and just started handing these out to everybody. He was so excited.
We got a bunch of them.
Right. All right. So other fun facts about you. I mean, you're an amazing musician, right? But you're now you have your agency. You're a dad. You toured with your wife. You've got 2 children, right? And your older has a favorite song.
Yeah, Rockwell cannot get over Old Town Road still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that go?
I'm gonna take my horse down the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride till I can no more. Oh man, yeah. We actually we've been having Heather's been teaching all of both our kids scripture, Bible verse memory through songs, and so she turned that one into Philippians 2:4-6, I believe.
Oh, so replace the lyrics.
Yeah. If I had them on stream, I would have them sing it for you, perform it, because it's pretty awesome.
That's fun.
They're down the track.
Well, I think that's what that lesson right there and I've talked about this with a bunch of other performers in schools. Taking something that already exists and adding your own spin to it, right? You take the song, so you take Old Town Road. If you want to write a song, but you've never written a song, take an existing song and write your own words for the song, right? And that is what we're doing in the creation of activities and creation of events. It's okay. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to, and there's so many great resources that are popping up all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Because in the creation of that song that Heather is doing for your kids, right? It's your own spin, but you're taking an existing thing and using it as a teaching tool and a way to build connection with your kids, because somebody in the family already loves the song, right? Already knows the melody. It's very cool. Great way to connect. And you're an amazing singer, so that was really nice.
Hardly. It's really fun to get to serve artists who are way more talented than we were, who have a much higher ceiling. So it's been a good transition.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of artists out there. Like, there's a lot of people doing amazing shows virtually. But you and I both agree that there's if an artist can add an extra element, right? You want to talk on that a little bit?
Yeah, no, for sure. So I mentioned Kat. I mentioned, like, especially if you can touch on multiple elements of both entertainment and growth, or entertainment and community, or, pull multiple things together, you start to get more magic that grabs more people.
Right.
And sometimes it can be something that's physical to connect it as well. So it can be really fun, for example, if you every month send out a package to the students who sign up and you're a part of your thing that has like some of the activity elements in there, or different things that they can look forward to. And then that's with the schedule of here's the events and here's what this thing is for. It's another connection point that brings you together.
Right.
And the shipping, if you don't know this, I'm sure that your university has some kind of partnership with either USPS or UPS to make shipping a lot cheaper, but you can get majorly discounted shipping, so it's not that bad to send out that stuff. But it can make a huge difference with their connection and helping them, feel like they're tied and they're important to the school, and that their investment's worth it.
Right. I attended a virtual conference 3 weeks ago, and in the mail I received a lanyard ahead of time, so I could wear my lanyard during the conference, and that truly made me feel more connected to the event. Right?
It's such a small thing, and how much did that cost them? $2 maybe? It's brilliant. Yeah, those little things make a big difference. Yeah.
Right, to be able to send stuff out ahead of time, and also like the added value of somebody who can do a workshop, who is willing to do a Q&A, and I believe that pretty much most of the people we know, the artists, the agencies, everyone that we work with is willing to expand their offerings right now. So if you are a school or an advisor and you're like, I would love to do this, but I would really like to also add this to it, just ask the question, right? Just see if it's possible. And because we're in such an amazing time of creative growth, folks are saying, yes, let's give it a try, right?
Yeah.
The answer is rarely, nah, we've never done it before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And why not try it, and artists are, excited for that. And it's important. I mean, of course, as an industry, it got hit hard.
Yeah.
The larger you are, the harder you're hit as a general rule. Yeah. So yeah, it's huge. And so, like, for example, and then we can take those into the current elements. Like right now, Andre Bradford, so he goes by S. He Says as a poet. But so he can do performances, but then he does a poetry workshop. That's a 2-day workshop that teaches students how to be able to express what they're feeling and express what they're processing, like with current events, different things through poetry, to be able to share that and connect with each other, and understand more perspectives, understand empathy, and so there's a lot of things like that you can do that just make it, again, growth, entertainment, put together.
Put them together. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Mark. I have learned a lot today hanging out with you. It's been fun. You're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. You're a dad. You hiked in Morocco. But I know something about you too. I know that the first album that you bought of non-Christian music was a band called Linkin Park when you were living dangerously. And now I want us to do this together. I want us to sing a Linkin Park song. All right? I want us to sing a Linkin Park song, but I need you to start it off so that I catch on to the melody. And
dang. I forget my own lyrics for just to like set myself up. So
put your own lyrics in the Linkin Park song.
Yeah, I mean, I tried so hard.
Ready? I'll back away from
here we go. I've tried so hard
to make it.
I'm trying to find your key. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
That was awesome.
That was historically bad.
You're concerned about the key. I'm not concerned about the key at all. We're singing Linkin Park.
I think Juliet's napping next to me, but I'm not sure.
All right, Mark. Thanks so much for coming and joining me today.
Man.
It's been good to see you.
It's such a pleasure. Yeah, man. And I just want to reiterate to everybody watching this, what you're doing right now is more important than ever. It really is. People need the connection. They need to know that they matter. They belong. They need to have places to be understood and to share and to grow, and be prepared for what's next. So, I mean, you are crucial, and I'm so grateful for you. I know that it doesn't always feel like that, and there's a lot thrown on your plate right now. But man, we're in this together, and it's going to be good. What you're doing is changing their lives forever. So, Jason, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Mark.
Good.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.